The writer of Black Panther Wakanda Forever talks a little bit more about the potential replacements for Black Panther and how exactly they landed on choosing Shuri and who else was considered. So let's talk about all that and a little bit more that was kicked around. So this came at us from the Rolling Stone, where one of the co-screenwriters of Black Panther Wakanda Forever talked a little bit about the development of the film. And again, he stated that this is one of the things that they knew was going to happen, that there was going to be another Black Panther. And for the longest time, they figured it was going to be Shuri because that's what they were discussing all the way back when Black Panther 1 was in development. But they originally figured it would be sometime maybe in the third film, but due to the passing of Chadwick, they had to move it forward. And then there was discussions when he passed away, because they weren't sure if it was going to be Shuri, that they considered multiple other characters. He revealed that the ideas that they kicked around was Winston Duke's M'Baku and Lupita Nyong'o's Nakia that were frontrunners at one time. And they strongly considered how would these characters fit as the Black Panther and what story could we tell with them. And then they realized, well, we can't do it with M'Baku because of specific reasons and ideas and things we already have in play. They realized we can't do it with Nakia because of what we're going to do with the child and how that story has to play out. And then they realized we are going to actually have to bump forward our plans to make Shuri the Black Panther because we can't do anything else. Nobody else can be the Black Panther because the story and giving them that power literally would not make sense. On top of this, Marvel Studios' VP of Production and Development, Nate Moore, talked a little bit more to Marvel.com about this, and he revealed that during the conversation of who the next Black Panther is, they had to take a seat back and say, what's the most organic thing that would make sense? We need this to feel organic and not forced. Again, they realized the story has to be Shuri. She has to be the one, and nobody else can be in that position. The circumstances surrounding this whole thing aren't going to work with anybody else. So it was their responsibility as storytellers to figure out who the new role was, how to respectfully focus on the story of T'Challa's reign as king ending, and how do we proceed. And again, I don't want to get into it. I know some people hated what they did. Some people love it. There's obviously going to be a lot of people that, feel a certain way. Obviously, emotions are running high with this film, I would say, still. But overall, it's good to see that they were considering it for a while, and I do feel like any of the other choices, in my opinion, would not have worked and would have felt more forced and would have taken way more explaining than, oh yeah, his sister. Like, inherently makes the most amount of sense.